bit of sesame oil and soy sauce when serving. My Chinese style dumplings are really nice. What a crowd pleaser they are, and not hard to make. As long as you make them big. And here I have a 8 centimeters cutter, so as big as you can go, really. It's very economical because you can stretch your meat if you use meat, right? Very far, and you feed family of 4 comfortably with a half a kilo of mince. Egg and water I mix in this glass. It's 240 mils glass. Some salt and flour. I like to add a handful of wholemeal flour here, but it's up to you. So we're aiming for quite a stiff dough here. Give it a good kneading for at least 5 minutes and let it rest. Now covered, and meanwhile let's do the filling. So the pork here ideal, and we want it to be a bit fatty for the juiciness, of course. Leeks and a regular white cabbage, which I'm gonna cook a little bit. A good piece of ginger. The cabbage I chop and cook with maybe a couple of spoons of water because it's not very juicy. It's quite hard cabbage. I cook it a little bit, won't take long, till al dente. Prepare and chop leeks and ginger. And also spring onions, entire bunch, white parts only, so everything goes to the blender. Meat goes in and we put processor on. Some sugar, salt, garlic powder and black pepper. Description has all the measurements, but of course treat them just as a starting point. If you never made this before, I measured it all carefully, but of course you might want to adjust the taste to your liking later. And more seasoning to follow, so dark soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, and a toasted sesame oil. Finally, the cabbage goes in, one last whiz. As we use pork here, I don't want to taste it raw, so I will microwave maybe teaspoon in this little bowl and adjust my seasoning if I need. Well floured board at the ready. The dough rested now and it's softer, more pliable and smooth. Roll out thinly your piece of dough. I use strong flour here, so it tends to shrink back as you roll it, so have patience here. But you get a better result as it will never tear and you can have a finer dumpling at the end. The cut-offs pieces of dough I tend to collect, and I won't mix them with the rest of the dough. At the very end they will soften and they would be easier to roll if I try to roll them right away, or I would mix them with the rest of the dough. They actually be hard to roll. So generous amount of filling into each circle, and the actual making of dumplings is actually quite quick. You might want to stretch your dough a bit before pinching the edges. This way we make our dough even thinner. Like I said, because the flour of course is strong, it won't tear. It let you stretch it very thinly. So just close the edges tightly, pinch them well, and just for the prettiness I do 4 or 5 extra pleats on top to make them look more authentic. So do work quickly here before the dough dries up. In that case it would be tricky to stick the edges together. Good, well rested dough stretches really nicely. And of course you can freeze the dumplings on a board and then transfer them to the plastic bag. So practical and convenient really. I'm gonna cook a small batch right now to show you how I do it. Sunflower oil I use here, then I fry dumplings on all sides till I get a nice goldy color, and then some boiling water, just a little bit, to create steam, reduce the heat. You might want to do it, and cover and let them steam till they are ready. If not sure, just try one. So they come out a bit sticky, which is extra nice, of course. And if you cook them from frozen, just steam them a bit longer. So like you see at the end, I have no water left in a pan.